the box.
All right, hello. We are live for the Book Troop live show for the month of November. We read Matchmaking for Psychopaths by Tasha Coriel. This is very pink, very hot pink.
Yeah.
Very hot pink cover here.
And
Wait. Me too.
oh yeah.
You.
Yay.
And I'm joined today by Marcy and Lexi, who are both, friends of mine here on BookTube and have both been on the Book Troop at least once before, if not several times, I think, for both of you. But I will have both of their channels linked down below if for some reason you're not familiar with either of them. And while we're getting started and people are coming in, would you guys want to maybe introduce your channel and just kind of talk about what kind of books you like to read and what kind of videos you like to make and things like that? Even though you've both been on here before, but just a refresher.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
You want me to start? Okay. Hi, I'm Lexi, and my channel is Alexandra Roslyn, which honestly, that was a bad choice because I always say I'm Lexi, never my full channel name. And so, oh well, it's fine. It's too late to change it. But anyways, my channel is Alexandra Roslyn. I read stuff over there. I haven't been making as much content, but I'm going to try really hard to do more in 2026 as a goal. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I read everything, honestly. I'm not really that picky.
Nice. I'm Marcy. My channel is Marcy Reads. I'm on Instagram and, all the spaces is Marcy Reads. I predominantly read horror, even though lately I've been reading more of everything else. But like Lexi, I read a little bit of everything. I love romance, sci-fi, fantasy, horror, obviously thrillers. And for the past, 6 months, cozy mysteries, or maybe a year, cozy mysteries have been my heart. So I'm not really have been on my channel much. I made a I'm back video and then I disappeared again, but it's just because I moved. And so hopefully Lexi for 2026, that is my goal, is to be more on my channel and create more book content.
Yes, I would love to see it. I know I get so excited anytime I see Marcy in my sub box. I'm like, you're back.
I'm always back. I'm always disappearing, but it's just the introvert in me. It's really hard sometimes. And then my brain is no, you're not good at this. Stop doing this. So
yeah,
right.
I get
it's
that.
It's that imposter syndrome,
Yeah.
I so get that.
Yeah, well, thank you so much to both of you for joining me today. I know I was just saying Thanksgiving weekend is kind of a crazy busy time, so I appreciate you for being here, and thank you so much to everybody already showing up in the comments. I appreciate you all. We won't be jumping into spoilers quite yet, so if you haven't read the book, you're chill to stick around. But if you have read the book with us this month, I would love if you could put maybe a pink heart in the chat if you did read the book, just so I can get a visual. And then if you haven't yet read the book, or if it was a DNF or something, maybe you can put a black heart in the chat, just so I can see. And then while they're doing that, I asked Lexi if she'd be so kind as to pitch a non-spoilery synopsis, just so people can know what it's about, know what's going on.
So. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Okay. So I said this to Gabby and Marcy behind scenes, but I knew that this was going to be a thing. And so since my name is Lexi, I'm going to be pitching this as the main character. Okay. So this is, thank you. Well, we'll see. We love it now. It's maybe not going to work out, but pretend that I am the main character and this is my story. And then hopefully I can convince you to pick up the book. Okay, here you go. I think I have to look down for a bunch because I wrote it down. Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm completely normal, despite having a childhood straight out of a horror film and a lot of mommy issues. So much, in fact, that I could write a whole memoir based on them. But it's fine. I'm completely keeping it together, despite the fact that my ex-fiance and best friend are having an affair and completely ruined my birthday. But again, everything is fine. Completely fine. I even really, really love my job where I get to matchmake a very special and interesting clientele. And things are finally actually looking up because I did just get a brand new best friend and I have a great feeling about her. So again, I'm completely fine. Everything is fine. And I feel very normal. Actually, fine. There we go.
I love it. That was so perfect. That was so perfect.
Okay, good.
I know what. We're going to start a new tradition now. It's your life.
Yay! Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun. Wouldn't that be fun actually if every single time you pitched a book, you did it from the main character? That would be
Yeah.
so fun.
That is so
Amazing.
fun. I know. I was telling Lexi that it was completely coincidental that I asked her to be the co-host when the book's character name is Lexi too. Like when I started reading this, I was like, oh my god.
I didn't even notice. That's how much of an airhead I am. Until like now that she mentioned it at the beginning.
Yeah, let me just say, I am not like this character, you guys. So it's fine.
Well, you did it pretty perfect.
Thank you.
I know I'm having flashbacks when Lexi was on the How to Sell a Haunted House live show. We were all doing the like puppet voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my gosh, that was so fun.
Good times. Good times.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for that. That was like a perfect way to pitch the book. Sounds awesome. Okay, well, it seems like we do have there's a lot of pink hearts in the chat. So thank you so much to everybody who read along with us this month. I think we should just go ahead and jump into ratings before we get into some of the questions. So for ratings, I actually have no idea how either of you felt about this book at all. So this is going to be a surprise for me. But I would love to know, and you can let us know in the comments as well right now, like what did you rate this book out of 5 stars? Let me know everything. And then I would love for both of you if you could tell me what you rated the book and then like a brief non-spoilery why you rated the book that. So Marcy, do you want to start?
Sure. I don't necessarily know why I gave it this, other than the fact that I really enjoyed it. But I gave it 4 stars. It was almost 5. I don't know what it was. It just didn't let me give it the 5. I felt like a little bit of a disconnect sometimes. But I loved it. I loved our main character. I loved her background and her story and her history, and the fact that she was so just oblivious to everything that was going on around her. Anyways, I just really enjoyed her. I love the setting. I love just the whole tone of the book as well.
Nice.
Yes, I
Good to
agree.
hear.
Also, I love the range. Gabby, I don't know if you feel the same, but I love it when like it's all over because then it's such an interesting discussion. So this is exciting.
Me too.
I am the exact same way as Marcy. I gave it 4 stars. It was very close for me for being a 5. But like I keep going back and forth with the ending. And I don't know exactly what I would have wanted out of the ending. And I keep thinking like, well, is it what I would want or is it like what the character would want? But I would say ultimately I gave it 4 because it's exactly like how Lexi describes reality TV. Like it's entertaining. It's like something where you can't look away. And I read the whole book in under 2 days because it was so fast paced and like interesting. Like I could not look away from it because it was so dramatic. So I just think sometimes it's fun to like, I would put this on a anti-reading slump list, like if you needed to get back into reading because it was just so engaging. So 4 stars.
I feel like we had almost like the same, because I read it under 2 days as well. And I want to say before anything else that I talked about this on my Instagram, but I went into this book horribly blind. I've been so disconnected from the book community and only reading what I have that I have not been paying attention to new releases. So when you told me about this book, Gabby, I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Let's go for it. It has psychopath in the title. Let's do this. And I was so enthralled and I loved going into it blind. I felt like that added to my feeling towards the book.
Yeah. Good.
Oh no.
1 star, 5 star. I'm
I don't want to be the hater of the live show, but
I love it. I love it so much. No, it adds. It's fun.
Yes.
So I gave this 2 stars, and I'm so upset. Okay, you have no idea because I'm so relieved to hear that you guys enjoyed this one. Like I'm so happy about that. But I'm shocked that I didn't like this because everyone that I've been talking to is liking this, and I'm like, what am I missing?
You went into it like expecting that, like to love it.
Yeah, I literally chose this book for the book club because I was like, oh my god, I love this author's writing. I read Love Letters to a Serial Killer earlier this year, and I just loved it. It was so unhinged. It was so weird. And then after reading this book, I was like, this feels so like boring in comparison. I was like, I just wanted it to be way more weird and like unhinged. I was thinking to myself, like for a book about psychopaths, I was like, why are they all so one-dimensional and so boring? Like that's how I kept feeling while I was reading it. And the only part of this book that saved it for me was the ending, actually, because there was a really fun twist for me that I didn't see coming. That I was like, wait, what? Like, no way, cool.
Okay. I love that. Oh my gosh. This
But
Yeah.
I feel so sad. Like, I'm so upset that I didn't love this. Like, I thought for sure I would love this. And everybody's been loving it, like that I've been talking to about it recently. So I feel
Well,
like the outlier.
no, well, I haven't read her other book. Have you, Lexi?
No, and I'm wondering if that's also why, like, maybe if I had read the other one, I would have different expectations. Maybe.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna ask, yeah, so neither of you have read Love Letters to a Serial Killer. I think that's the only other book published by this author.
Yeah, I believe so.
But yeah, I would love to know in the chat too if anybody else has read Love Letters to a Serial Killer, because that one, I mean, it did have similar kind of vibes, I guess, to this in the sense that you're following a character who's kind of like dealing with serial killers. Obviously, like, there's common
Yeah.
themes that she's writing about here, but I just think for me personally, I enjoyed the character a lot more from that first book, Love Letters, and I liked how like unhinged and like weird it was. And I would even
Ooh.
describe that book as being like, it didn't really read like a thriller to me. It read more like literary, kind of weird.
Ooh,
But
okay.
that's what I liked about it, you know? Whereas this one, it felt like it was trying to be more like dark comedy thriller, but the tone just never really worked for me in this. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's
That makes
interesting.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes sense as to why I like it, because I love Grady Hendrix and he has like that dark kind of like humor.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just like my niche. Maybe that's
That's
what
so
it is.
true. This kind of did feel kind of like Grady Hendrix in a way. Like this
Yeah.
does feel like something he could have written. I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, well, one question I thought it would be fun to ask before we get into like spoilery things, just like not even really about this book, but like, have you ever actually done a matchmaking service before? Because you know, like the main thing in this book is that we're following this girl who's like a matchmaker, you know, and like her job is that she's a matchmaker for psychopaths, you know. So like, I was just wondering, like a fun discussion question would be like, have you ever gone to a matchmaking service before? And if not, like, would you ever do that, or is that something that you would think is like silly?
I'm gonna let Lexi go first just because I have dogs barking behind me, so I'm gonna put you on
No
mute
worries.
for a little bit.
I've got you. I have not, but I totally would. I mean, it can't be worse than Tinder. You know what I mean? Like, I am out here in the trenches and I am just
Yeah.
here for it. Also, I feel like maybe it would be, I didn't think about it until your question,
Mhm.
but maybe it would be way safer too, because they would do like background checks. Well, I mean, I say
Yeah.
this, but then they're doing it with psychopaths. So maybe not. But you know what I mean? Like in theory,
Right.
maybe it would be better. And also there'd be like a personality quiz. I love those. I don't know. That question gave me a fun existential crisis. So
Yeah.
I haven't, but I would.
You're like, would I?
Yeah.
I don't. I met my husband online, but it wasn't a dating site. It was just social media. It was tagged back in the day, and
cool.
huh?
Oh, I said cool. Sorry.
No. I just didn't want to miss. So yeah, so I'm married, so I don't have to. But if I ever had to, I don't think I would. I'm just too awkward when I'm going to a place or doing something that's expected. I don't know if that makes sense. And I think I would be
Yeah.
awkward going on these dates if
Yeah.
I did. So I don't think I would. I don't know.
That's true. Can I say too, it's really hard because I'm similar in the sense that I like to be friends with a person first, because the minute there's like an expectation is the minute I'm like, I don't really like, I don't want to do anything until I have feelings, and I don't want to like artificially make there to be. It's hard in
Right.
2025. It is hard to date because everything is online. Where do we meet people? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a matchmaking service, it would put so much like expectation on that person to be
True.
like your perfect match.
That's true.
Crazy. That's
And it's
crazy.
like, I feel like anybody would just disappoint me. I'd be like, you're not perfect.
That's
Like, you're not, no, like you could do better. I'd be like, you can do better. Like every time.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, I know. I meant to ask too, like, have you ever read any books that have like matchmaking services in them before? Because this was like a new thing for me. I don't think I've ever read a book that involves a matchmaking service. So I actually liked that aspect about this because I thought it was kind of cool to like read about a person who has that kind of job, you know? Like I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Yes, I have actually, and it was about also psychopaths and stuff.
Oh, really?
Perfect.
Yeah, it was by one of the situations. Have you read The One by John Mars?
Oh,
No, I haven't read it yet.
That's, oh my God. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that one is
Okay,
good.
I
You
gotta
would
read
love that, Marcy. That is a 5-star. That is a solid read.
It's
You
a
would
5-star
like it a
for me
lot.
too. I
Yeah.
loved it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to jump on it.
Interesting. I know I was gonna say there was a movie Materialist that just came out earlier this year. That was like the love triangle movie with Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal. And she's a
Ooh.
matchmaker in that movie. So I was gonna say that was gonna be the one I would talk about is like the matchmaking thing.
Ooh.
Oh,
So
I
that's
don't
funny. But
know why that the matchmaking. I don't know why I feel like I read a book recently, but I can't think of what it was or if it was just a show that I watched.
I don't
yeah,
know.
I mean in this one it's a romance movie, so it's not like a thriller, but it is a
Yeah.
comparison of somebody who has that job. So I thought it was kind of cool. Um, all right. Well, next question was going to be I guess we can still talk spoiler free about this, but I'll jump into spoilers after this question. But how did you feel in general about the writing style and the atmosphere and the pacing of the story? I know you said like you read it within 2 days, so I'm guessing you found the pacing to be pretty, quick. But how did you feel in general about like the atmosphere in the story and all that?
I loved it. I mean, it was great. It flowed easily. I felt like I could follow along with the main character, and it was never dull for me. I had a lot of questions every time she was like saying something. I was like, girl. But other than that, I loved the journey with the story and the writing.
I agree. I listened to the audiobook while I was reading along. I usually do
Mhm.
that for book clubs, and I loved it because the audiobook narrator was so funny. I thought she
Mhm.
was so funny. And what was really great is you kind of fell into like this descent with the main character. I won't say anything else, but I thought that was really interesting how like it started off with me thinking that she was one way. And then as the book progressed, I kept questioning myself and going, wait,
Mhm.
what? And I like that progression of how subtle it was because it just felt like I was, I don't know, slowly, I don't know. It was great. I really enjoyed it.
Uncovering,
So
yeah,
yeah,
uncovering something, yeah.
yes. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, I feel like like the opposite kind of where I just feel like I wanted it to be more entertaining. Like for me, like the first like I want to say it was like the first 40 to 50%. Like there was until something happened in the plot where you're like, oh, like where you start to learn more about this main character's like history, I guess.
Mhm.
Like that was the part where I was like, oh, okay, now this is actually starting to feel more like thriller to me. Whereas like the first like chunk of the book I was feeling so bored. I mean I was listening to the audiobook as well and I did like the audiobook. I thought she did a good job like narrating and everything, but I just like I wanted more out of the plot from the first chunk of this. I was just feeling so like bored and I was like I kept feeling like it was really repetitive in the way that this character just
Mm,
constantly kept bringing up her best friend and her fiance. Like, how could they do this to her? Like, I was just like, okay, like I'm, ready to move
Right.
on. But I did I don't know, like pacing wise, I guess I just wanted this to be a little bit more like fast paced. It just kind of felt slow to me. But I feel like I have the opposite take as everyone though, because I think a lot of people are saying, oh, this is really gripping, really fast paced, like it's like a popcorn read. And that's kind of what I was wanting out of this, but I just didn't get that from
mm,
this.
hmm.
Yeah.
Um, but okay, well, jumping into spoilers now because we've been talking for like about 17 minutes, so I want to give us the chance to really talk about spoilers here. So thank you for joining us if you haven't yet read the book, but we will be jumping into spoilers here because I wanted to talk about just like Lexi as a character, and I want to give us the chance to talk about spoilers here if we need to. But so did you like following from the point of view of Lexi, and like how did you feel about her as a character? Like, did you connect with her, or did you just like following from her perspective because she was kind of like unhinged?
What do you think, Marcy? Do you want to start?
I think it's because she was unhinged. Like I felt like she was very repetitive when it came to like I think somebody was saying right now to the best friend and all, like you said, Gabby. She was really, really repetitive, but at the same time, I was like, girl, are you not realizing what you are at this point and why you're so good at what you do with the group of people that you
Hmm.
deal with? Like, and she was just so oblivious to it all. She was just like so focused on her problem and her issues that she was just like doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked her as a character too. So I think what I liked was I liked that at first she was making a lot of sense, right?
Hmm.
She was saying, I have this tragic past, but we don't know what it is. And this stuff is all happening to me. And I felt like almost the repetition was her convincing us and herself that she
Hmm.
was normal and that
Hmm.
everything was like together. But there were all of these like little hidden clues where you're like kind of second guessing yourself, like am I reading too much into it or not? Like with her best friend, when her best friend planned it on her birthday, and then she looked kind of like she was enjoying it, but kind of not. I was like, okay, well, there we go. That girl is also clearly psychopathic, because that isn't normal to enjoy watching somebody like experiencing pain. And the more people that were in her life that kind of showed these traits, the more I was interested in her background, because usually that like repeats in like the people that you're attracted to or like drawn to. And it was just so interesting, because I kept thinking she was going to get out of this cycle, and then the author flips it, and then she almost becomes like her mother. And we see her slowly becoming her mom throughout the novel. It's just very fascinating. I was like, wow, I was really not expecting that at all. So I don't know. I think I enjoyed the subtlety, I guess, of like how it worked. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great answer. I think I don't know, I feel like for me, for Lexi as a character, like I feel like she felt pretty like one-dimensional to me, and I wanted her to feel more unhinged for like her backstory, you know, because I was like, why is she so like tame and just like like I don't know. Because I feel like for me the most interesting thing about Lexi's character was the fact that her parents were serial killers. And like once that storyline started to get introduced, I was like, oh, okay, like this is where we're gonna get some like interesting moments and like some interesting lore. And I think the most interesting thing about Lexi's character was kind of like how, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like implied that she thought for a minute that she could have been the one responsible for killing Noah. Like it's almost like she wasn't sure if she could even trust her own perspective.
Herself,
You know?
yeah.
Like, it's like she was starting to question, like, did I do this? Like, did I do this and I didn't even remember that? And I thought that was kind of an interesting thing to explore with that. But otherwise, like her as a main character, like she just didn't really like do much for me. She was just kind of there. And like I feel like the most interesting thing about her for me was her history with her parents and stuff.
Yeah. I have a theory on that though. I'm not sure. I have a theory. Okay. So you know how at the very end, Lexi makes a comment and she's like, I did not realize that there were this many psychopaths. And Aiden is like, yeah, they're everywhere. But she didn't expect it with Molly, because Molly seemed normal, right? And she didn't expect it with Rebecca, because she seemed, even though she knew, like she, you know, she was still like, oh yeah, but she's so cool. So I feel almost like the message is that you can't tell if somebody is a psychopath because they don't actually act crazy. That's why, or not, you know what I mean? Like unhinged. And then when they are unhinged, then you're completely like, you're not expecting it. Because if they acted unhinged all the time, they'd never have victims. They have to like almost like draw you in by looking normal, or like they have everything together. So for me, I feel like her dialogue was almost like her costume to us, like to disguise everything, which is how a real psychopath would act.
Yeah, that's what I was going to comment on. Usually when you learn about psychopaths, they're because Gabby was saying she was so one-dimensional, and even the other characters, but psychopaths is that they don't have like any kind of feelings, you know, so they just portray this one almost calm, put together, like what Lexi was saying, but they're just very like off and almost like monotone in a way. So I liked how that was mirrored in the book, that just like, yeah, like that monotone, like just one dimension kind of thing.
Yeah. I know. I did like a lot of the conversations in this book about like psychopaths in general, and it really like pushed me to like look more into it, because I was like, do I even know the difference between like a psychopath and a sociopath? And I was like doing a lot of Googling, you know, and I do think it's interesting the way they were talking about how like psychopaths are so much more common than we think, you know, and like how it's not like the most obvious thing sometimes, you know. And I thought that was really interesting, and I think that was one of the things that I liked most about it, was like reading about her job and like her being able to see those traits in people. Like that was really really interesting. And then going off of that, I mean, I guess one of my follow-up questions was what was something that you really liked about the story, and then something you really disliked about it, if you have anything specific that you wanted to mention here.
Go ahead.
You want me to go first? Okay. I liked the pacing for me. And I liked that I kind of got what the author was doing, where like she was hiding that Lexi was technically like a psychopath, and I kind of liked seeing that descent because I thought it was just like super, super unique. The thing that I didn't like is I'm just a little conflicted on the ending. So I don't think that everything needs to be moral or like perfect with the endings. Like I really enjoy unhinged characters and just like messy plots. But I do feel bad because you know, she talks about how like she's just never going to get out of this cycle, and it's very clear like that the cycle is like abuse because, you know, her mom was a psychopath, but she was neglected and all this other stuff. And I just feel bad for her because on one hand, it's cool that she got like, you know, the badass cool guy, but on the other hand, he has no problem murdering people, and she doesn't have any friends, so she doesn't have any community. She's completely isolated with this guy, and it kind of felt almost like, you know, the answer was if you can't beat him, join him. So the author, I mean, not the author, but Lexi almost feels like she can't get out of the cycle, so she's just going to embrace it. And I felt bad. I was like, oh well, I mean, that kind of sucks that she didn't get like friends and I don't know, somebody who was going to protect her and give her a little stability. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
One of my favorite parts was when Aiden comes along and he is so sure of himself and he's just telling her like, well, first off, I love how he was brought into the story because I was kind of wondering, I'm like, okay, because when she says, or I thought I wasn't going to see him ever again or something like that, I'm like, I wonder, because I'm dumb sometimes. I know we are in a matchmaking thing and I should have automatically said, oh, he's going to come to the matchmaking thing, but I didn't think of that. So that was kind of like a surprise for me, him just showing up. I guess I was just trying to figure out more about her parents, and I wanted to know more about her parents, that I wasn't paying attention to that. What I didn't like, and I think it sort of aligns with what Lexi says, is that she just ends up alone without a friend, a sister. I thought for sure we were going to see things work out with Rebecca.
Yeah.
Like that to me was so like, did we need to go there? Like just to leave her all alone? I thought that when Aiden said that she seemed that he thought that he's seen her before, I thought it was going to be a little bit more than, oh well, it's since I was following you and she was following you. I guess that's where I saw her, and I was like, oh, that was kind of like weak for me. But I think that's all I really didn't like. Everything else I loved. I loved the humor in it, and I just love seeing her psychoness without her even knowing about it.
Yeah. I know. I also felt conflicted on like how are we supposed to feel about Aiden as a character? You know, because like I'm like with the way the book ended, I'm like, I mean, because we kind of found out that he's really like, or he initially was really only interested in her because her parents are serial killers, right? So like that's kind of why he was drawn to her. But then it's like the ending of the book is just them kind of like getting married, living happily ever after, running away, like hope we don't kill too many people together. So I was kind of like, I felt like the ending felt a little anticlimactic in that sense, because I was like, are we supposed to be rooting for them? Or like I
agree.
I was kind of confused on how to feel about that aspect. But I thought what Justin said was interesting too. Like I wish there's one character in the story who appears to be psychopathic, but it turns out that they're not. Like the contrast of that would have been kind of interesting.
Molly is a good example of that though, and I feel very bad for Molly, because Molly I think was the most normal one of them, except for what she did. Obviously she stole her best friend's boyfriend, but I think she wasn't even ever interested in, you know, her friendship as it was. But I don't know.
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask too, like, so how did you feel about the plot twist of like Rebecca being revealed to be her sister? Like, was that something that shocked you? And then also, like, I guess the twist of like Rebecca being the one to kill Noah and like put his heart in a box or whatever. Like, did either one of those things like shock you, or did you think those were good twists? Because like for me, that's kind of what saved the book for me, to be honest. Because I like when she said she was her sister, I was like, bitch, what? Like that totally took me out. But I think a lot of people are actually thinking that was like a really predictable twist. So, what were your thoughts on that?
I didn't think so. I thought it was very out of the blue. I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna be a killing trio. I was so happy for them.
I know. I was so devastated when Rebecca was like, yeah, I went back to mom and I'm on her side. I'm like, what a cop out. Are you kidding me? Like this is your chance to like also take revenge on your mommy issues as well. And then like the three of them, I just thought they're going to be a happy little killing family. And I was like, beautiful. And then Rebecca did that. And I was like, are you kidding? Like the mom can't be that charismatic that they meet and she abandons her kid and she convinces this girl to completely kill her. Like I was so annoyed. I was like, oh, that was the one thing. I loved the twist. I love that she was her sister. I wanted her to have like a little family. That's such a bummer.
Yeah, I wish they would have like teamed up instead of like her being threatened by her and killing her, basically, because it's like
I know that was crazy. But if you really think about it, I know that they discussed that the dad is like the talker and the one that would bring the girls over, but the mom has to have some kind of, you know, magic speech too, because she's obviously a psycho.
Right.
I did not see
Oh
that at
my
all.
gosh, that
I
was
I
well, I
didn't
didn't read
either.
the synopsis.
I mean, I don't really know what my theories were like while I was reading. I guess I just assumed it was either Aiden that did it, or I thought maybe our main character Lexi like blacked out somehow and did it and didn't remember.
Oh, really? I had a totally different theory. Wait, are we going to talk about that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Are you ready for what I really thought was happening?
Yes, I want to know.
Okay, so at the very, very beginning, when Molly looks like she's happy that she's hurting Lexi's feelings, I went back and I was like, she started to get really jealous once Lexi and Nick started to like really bond almost, and nobody wanted to be Molly's friend, almost like they could sense like something was a little dangerous. So I was like, what if Molly just did that? And then she's like sending him back because she didn't really want him. She just wanted her. And then I thought what was going to happen like with Aiden was going to happen with Molly. And I wasn't sure if it was going to be sapphic or just besties. But I think I would have been fine with either one, because then ultimately I wanted Molly to be like, yeah, I did all this for you. And then she could have been like, oh my God, I finally have a best friend who loves me. And I was really excited about that. So when Molly just turned out to be like some random person who was upset and she wanted Nick, I was like, what? Again, a waste. Are you over a man? No.
I agree, actually. I think that would have been really interesting if like, yeah, Molly was like all doing this all to like get her for herself.
Yeah, that is one thing. I do feel like it was a little accidentally like male centered, because like she doesn't have any friends and all of the girls turn out to like stab her in the back, and she is only happy with Aiden, and Molly doesn't want her. She only wants her fiance, and Rebecca doesn't really care about her or any girl. So that part I was like, oh man.
Yeah,
I agree. I also thought the same, Holly. I thought Rebecca was gonna be her love interest, so I was so thrown by the sister thing. I was like, what?
I didn't think it was like that. I didn't think too much into it, but when I read that, I was like, I can't remember. I think she was at her front door or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, she did this for her, and she killed Noah for her, and it's going to come out. But then I don't know what it was that. So I didn't predict anything in this book. In my mind, I was like, oh, I know it's Aiden. Aiden killed Noah. Yes, he did it for her. It didn't happen.
Noah. I keep calling him Nicholas. It's Noah.
I didn't even notice.
I was following. I was like, yeah, I like Nick, Noah. Who cares? It's not bad.
Oh man.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry.
No worries. I knew what you were talking about.
Wait, so did you guys have any predictions then? Like, or were you, I don't know.
No, I literally, well, I mean, I wasn't that surprised that Rebecca was the one to kill Noah, because I was like, yeah, I mean, like, she's like the new one around, you know, like, I thought it was either her or Aiden probably, or yeah, her or Aiden, because I was like, they're kind of the newer characters, so I thought maybe it would be them, but like, I didn't really have any predictions, like, I don't know, I didn't really have any predictions for the end, because like, I didn't really think, to be honest, like, while I was reading this, I was like, it's not reading like a thriller to me at all. So I wasn't really expecting any plot twists at the end, because it wasn't really feeling much like a thriller to me. But I guess that's why I was so shocked by the twist of like the sister reveal, because that I just didn't see that coming. Like, and I didn't see the book going that way. But I do agree, like, even now more reflecting on it, like I wasn't really thinking it at the time, but the more that you're saying, like, I wish it had been more like female power, like the sisters like join forces together and like, you know, stick together instead of trying to kill each other, or even like the sapphic vibes between her and Molly, like that would have been great.
Even like this comment right here, even her coworker, every girl had a guy supporting her, and every girl wanted to take down another girl. And I was like, some of it is like true, because like we've all had like one girl or something who's like really hurt us. So some of it is accurate, but every single woman hitting like another woman, I don't know.
It's not giving the good for her energy that I thought. Yeah.
The only thing that I didn't predict that I was for sure, before we find out that the dad died in prison, I was for sure that the mom killed him because of something. I didn't think he died in jail. I was so upset at that. I'm like, there was so much potential of the mom killing her, because I don't know why. I loved I'm sorry, not I loved, but I the only thing I predicted was when she is in a scuffle with, what was her name? The other
Nicole?
girl in the office. Yeah, with
Oh,
Nicole. She's in the scuffle and she's about to die. I'm like, Aiden's gonna walk in like a little hero, and the way he walks in through the window, I was like, oh, there he is. But that's the only one thing I predicted. Everything else, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
no, that stuff with Nicole felt so random to me. I was like, what is
So
even?
random.
Yeah, I was like, what am I even reading right now?
I agree. Also, over a job couldn't be me. Like,
Yeah,
you know what?
no.
Capitalism can go. Like, I was like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you could keep it, girl. I will work under you. Go for it, because
Yeah.
no, that's too much
I know.
trouble.
I guess one of the other reveals that I just thought was like the reveal of like her like Lexi's parents only got caught because she set them up. Like, was that something that you saw coming too? Because I was thinking like the whole time I was like, oh, so they were serial killers, and then I was just thinking like, how did they get caught? You know, and I guess I wasn't expecting it to be that like, Lexi was the one who set them up, so I thought that was kind of interesting. But I guess I didn't care enough to be that shocked by that reveal.
That was like, I mean, we already saw her being a psycho as a little girl and killing that woman to frame the parents.
Right.
And I'm like, if you don't think that you're a psycho with that action itself,
Yeah. It's
Right.
also interesting too because I know that a lot of cluster B like personalities, they kind of live in their own reality. So cluster B has NPD, HPD, BPD, and antisocial. And technically antisocial personality, from there you can become a psychopath, but just because you have antisocial personality does not mean you are one, right?
Mhm.
It's a lot of it is like environment versus heredity. Anyways, so which is different than the other ones. But what I was going to say is what was really fascinating is you could see how she justified everything. So the people in this particular category can justify lots of things to themselves. And so, you know, you think that somebody is a psychopath if they hurt animals. But
Mhm.
in her past, she was like, I love animals. So I decided to hurt this lady because she was mistreating her animal. So
Mhm.
it throws you off because you're like, well, she's not a psychopath because she's not doing the stereotypical where she's hurting an animal.
Right.
And that's interesting because it's like, well, wait, no, I'm falling into her reality instead of staying grounded in the fact that she killed somebody. So yeah, but
Right.
I didn't see that happening either. And
how old was she?
she's like 10, 9.
And right, like, to kill somebody, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, busting out the DSM-5. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love psychology so
I was
much.
gonna
I
say
really
this is
do.
very
True.
psychology, like a very
Yes.
psychology conversation. And I was thinking, like, I was wondering if anybody that like knows a lot about psychology would critique this book or praise it for being like accurately done, you know? Because I was like, I think anytime you do a book like this that's about characters that have these kind of traits, I feel like it's important to like represent them well, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know enough about it to know if that is, you know, well done. But I thought that was, yeah, that was
Yeah.
very informative.
I don't have like a lot of experience with that, but I'm so interested in psychology, and I was getting a minor in psychology, and I kind of actually want to go back to school for it because I
Yeah.
love reading about it like in my spare time. So I don't think that I have an accurate portrayal, but from what I've like read, I actually thought it was pretty. I thought a lot of it was like pretty spot on. I think I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Holly said, do you think she could also have BPD because of her extreme attachment and idealism of her fiance? She was overly fixated on getting it to work.
Yeah, like, she was willing to do whatever to make herself look and sound a certain way so that her boyfriend would like her fiance would like her more. I remember that. Huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think like I mean, what do you guys think? I really don't know, and I don't know if I could diagnose them. But it's possible. I don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I love psychology as well. And I never ended up graduating from college. I mean, I graduated high school and I did some college, but I was majoring in psychology. I only got
Yeah.
to Psych 101, like I think I did 2 semesters and then I quit school. Sorry. But I love psychology and I would read, I mean, this was back in the day, I was a teenager, like 30 years ago, but I would read a lot of like psychology, BPD books. That was like my main interest was BPD. But things have changed so much that I don't even know a lot of it now. So I like that the perspective that it took, which was just the matchmaker, it wasn't really like the medical aspect of it, I think helped the book a lot as
Yeah.
to make mistakes and things like that. But I didn't see any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, one of the last questions towards the end is, would you read more from this author in the future? I mean, I'm guessing since both of you enjoyed this one, I'm guessing it would be a yes, but are you interested in reading more of her books in the future? And do you think you might actually check out her other book, Love Letters to a Serial Killer? If you haven't yet, in the chat as well.
What do you think, Marcy?
I absolutely am dying to read the serial killer one, the other book. I maybe in 2026 because my reading schedule is packed for the rest of the year, and I'm so sad because I feel like maybe this could be the 5-star book, but it could go the other way because I love this one so much. Maybe I won't like the other one. I don't know, but I do
Oh.
plan on reading it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you read this one first, I'm like, will the other one feel kind of similar in a way that maybe I don't know, but I gave the other one 4.5 stars. Like I really, really, really liked it, but yeah, I get it. Maybe if you read this one first, maybe they're gonna be like similar.
Maybe.
I definitely am interested. I'm so glad. I don't think I would have picked this up if not for this book club. So I'm so glad. I mean, I'm sorry that you didn't like it, but I loved it. I think you did a great job picking.
No, that's good to hear. Obviously, I love hearing.
No, I loved it. And I remember reading it and I was like, oh my gosh, she always picks such great ones. Because the last time I was at the book troop too, I loved the book as well. I think I was the only one too. Yeah, I think so because I think you and Gavin did not like those puppets, and I was like, I love this. So, but no, I really enjoyed it, and I'm going on a. Have you heard of 75 Booked? Either of you?
75 Booked?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So it is a trend. It's like a TikTok trend, and it's based on 75 Hard. And basically, what you do is you try to read for 45 minutes in the morning and 45 minutes at the end of the day to get back into reading. And you do a book ban during the 75 days so that it tries to get you back into reading, but also reading what you have. And it's really popular, and I'm obsessed with it. And so now I'm like, okay, I'm going to try that. So I'm on a book buying ban starting December 1st because I think I'm going to do it. But if I could get it from the library, I would totally read the book.
Yeah, I was able to get it from my library, so maybe they would.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah, but
I know I can't remember what year. I think it came out in 2023, so it's fairly recently new, but and I think that was her first ever published book. So I think she is a fairly new author.
Ooh.
But I would be interested in reading more of her stuff because I do like her writing style. I just wanted this one to be a little bit more unhinged and weird, but I know she's capable of that because of the first book. So I think she could write another book that I'll really love in the future. And I'd be curious to see if she continues with writing books that are kind of about serial killers, because the first one was about that too, obviously, and this one definitely was as well. So I'd be curious if she continues to write like that or if she would write about other things. I don't know.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Without giving spoilers away to a different book, tell me your definition of how you would want them to be unhinged. I am so curious.
I'm curious to see how unhinged this character is in this first one because this bitch was unhinged in a different kind of way. But
yeah. Well, I guess I don't know exactly how to explain it. I think the reason why I just didn't feel like this character was that unhinged was because I feel like a lot of the things, I mean, it was unhinged of her to kill someone when she was a kid, of course, that's unhinged. But I feel like that's just something we learn about her that was in her past. It's off page. It's just not happening. Whereas I feel like all the unhinged things that happened in this book were done by other people, not her,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like she just was kind of boring and just for example though, the character in Love Letters to a Serial Killer, she's the one writing letters to a serial killer who's in prison, and she's just kind of are you okay? What are we doing? And she just acts a little bit more unhinged herself, whereas I feel like this character or this book had a lot of unhinged characters, but she wasn't one of them,
Okay.
Gabby, I think I totally understand I get it. I get your taste. Are you ready? So I without having read the other one, I think you like the other one because it was happening in real time, whereas this one is more recounting stuff.
Yeah.
So it's recount. Yeah. So when you have recounting things, a lot of the times it's what is it? The stakes aren't as high, right? Because you already know what happened with her parents. You already know that they're in jail. And so maybe it seems a little bit more
it's timid. it's
Maybe
like nothing's
that's it.
actually happening right now. It's like
Yeah.
the only crazy thing that's happening is her getting her ex-fiance's heart in a box, but like she didn't even do that, so it's not her being unhinged.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, also, if you've read The Writing Retreat, that is like my exact brand of unhinged weirdness. Like that is unhinged to me in a way that I just love.
Haven't. Okay, I need to read
I
that.
can't remember if I have or haven't.
Yeah, a lot
I
of
don't
people
think I
really
have.
don't like this book. Like it has such average low ratings, but I
Really?
love The Writing Retreat.
Writing Retreat has low ratings?
Yeah, like
I
it's
own
like
it.
universally
I do
hated,
too.
and I just love it.
Oh, I'll have to read that. Okay.
Oh, maybe you have to do it for your 75 books.
Yes.
You own it, right? There you
Yes.
go.
Yeah, and that one, The Writing Retreat, has like good snowy atmosphere too. It's like good for this time of year, you know.
Ooh, okay.
I loved it, but like take my review with a grain of salt because everybody hates it.
Okay.
Oh,
So I don't know, but yeah, I agree. Okay, and then yeah, I guess my final question, I know we kind of already touched on this, but if you had anything extra to contribute to this question would be like, if you didn't like this or if you did like this, what, you know, other books, movies, TV would you recommend for something kind of like this? I mean, I kind of said all of mine earlier with like The Materialist is a movie that has like a matchmaking service in it, so like it is similar, but like that one's definitely more romance. It's not really thriller at all. And the only other thing I could think to compare this to was the first book by this author, because it is kind of like a similar vibe with like the serial killer thing and everything. But I thought I would ask again in case you had anything else you wanted to recommend. I know we kind of already talked about it, but
I draw blanks when I'm asked questions like this, so I'm just gonna do a little Googling to see if I've read any other books.
I love that. Okay, if you like the dark humor element, I really think that Grady Hendrix is like for you. Let me see. I think if you want to see more of like a descent into madness, maybe Bunny. If you are interested in the matchmaking and like random serial killer vibes, maybe The One by John Mars. And then finally, I just read Hungerstone. It is historical fiction, but it's very similar in the pacing. So I don't know if you would like it, Gabby.
I liked Hungerstone.
You did?
Yeah, I gave it 4 stars.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, do you agree?
Yeah, I can see similar.
Okay.
Hungerstone, it's the one that just came out. That's like the female vampire book. It's
Oh, I know which one book you're talking about, but I haven't read that one.
It's like a Carmilla retelling.
I just like it because the main character kind of slowly it's actually like almost anti this in the sense that I do think it decenters men a little bit. But like it is about the main character kind of almost becoming unhinged to stand up for herself. And I really like that. So
I can definitely see that connection. Yeah.
I remember I said earlier, I'm like, I just finished reading a matchmaking book and I can't remember. It's The Matchmaker by Aisha Saed, I believe is how you pronounce her name. And it's like the same thing, like a romance mystery thriller. Yeah. And she is a matchmaker. She works as a matchmaker, but you see a lot more weddings. She deals with a lot more weddings and they're being sabotaged. Honestly, I can't remember more than that, but I did read that one and it gives me these kinds of vibes. I think this one was a little bit darker and a little bit more, I can't think of, not sarcastic, but a little bit drier than The Matchmaker. But I enjoyed that one and I gave that one 4 stars too.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. Also, I saw Holly said the Mindfuck series. I think I could definitely see that. I think I know somebody mentioned too like Butcher and Blackbird earlier in the chat, and I think that's definitely one because like Butcher and Blackbird's the one that it's 2 serial killers like falling for each other and trying to like outkill for each other. I didn't like it. I gave it 1 star, but that checks out. I saw Don't Swipe Right. That's like another dating matchmaker thriller. I haven't read it, but that would be one. There's a Novel Obsession. I haven't heard of that one.
Ooh, me either.
That sounds interesting. Also, My Lovely Wife. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Okay, I haven't read that one either.
Yeah, it's like she's the one who's the serial killer and her husband is like, you know.
Yeah, and For Your Own Good is good too, which is by Samantha Downing. That would be really good for this too.
Yeah.
You know which one that now they say got to see the Riverman, we're getting more into like horror, is Go Down Hard by Ali C. Have you guys read that one? It's a novella and it's about these 2 serial killers. Falling in love, if you will. That one's really good. I gave that one 5 stars, and it's a little bit more horror and more graphic and more gory than these other 2 books. But
what was
serial killers, Go Down Hard by Ali C. This is the cover.
Ooh,
cool. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun one.
Awesome. Well, cool. I'm glad we got so many recs out of that. Wow. I had a few books I've never heard of, so that's cool. All right. Well, I think that just about wraps up everything that I had. Did you have any like burning things that you're like, I needed to talk about this before the end of this live show before we wrap things up, or did we cover everything that you were hoping to talk about today?
Yeah. I don't think I have to say anything. I think we covered it. Oh,
Sorry.
love it. Love it.
I have a question. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is very important to me. Okay, so the person who started Better Love, was it Sierra or Sienna?
Oh,
Sierra.
yeah, I can't remember what her name was.
Okay, here's my question. Sierra, she created this questionnaire, right? Because her son turns out he was like a psychopath, and she's like, well, he deserves love. But here's my thing. The two main people working for her who both wanted the job were both psychopaths.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is this. Do you think she had them take the questionnaire, and do you think she knew?
Oh, that is a good question. I feel like she would have known, right? Like she would have wanted to hire people that like get it.
And also who were kind of maybe similar so that they could. So do you think that all of them were then? Like, do you think she knew, or was that just weird luck?
I know.
I think the luck. Maybe she saw something in them, but she couldn't pinpoint. But I'm wondering now that you say that, because she said that, didn't she say that Lexi was like perfect for the job or something? Like, how did she? Wow, I didn't think of that. Look at you. Look at you. I love that.
Your thinker.
She knew.
Yeah.
She
Well, that's right, because like they would be more sympathetic because they relate more, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that would also make sense why she was like the perfect match for Aiden, or like why she would almost like match herself with some of the clients.
Yeah, because you kind of wonder why, because she was like, oh, she's breaking all these rules and she's doing all these things, and the intake isn't supposed to be till Monday. But I wish they would have cut more on that, like why did she bring them in like that? Because that's never touched on.
Yeah, true.
That's interesting.
I almost would love to see a story of the parents, even though we don't know, like we know what the outcome was, but it would just be so fun. Oh, what about the first time that she hears the women getting killed and she thinks it's the monster of the house?
Oh yeah,
that was killing that was hurting the mom.
Yeah.
And then she would see the mom the next day. I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, how they just shifted like a monster into her parents and realizing that her parents were the monster. I liked that.
Yeah.
Like, how could there be a monster in the house? Like, how?
Right. Yeah. It's very symbolic.
Yes.
Yeah. Plot hole. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Did you want to, before we wrap things up, did you have any like upcoming video projects that you're really excited about that you're working on, or any recent reads that you love that you wanted to like shout out before we end the live, or anything like that?
I'm just hoping to come back to YouTube sometime soon. I don't even know.
Same.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I know it's like the end of the year craziness right now. Are you going to be doing like best books of the year video by the end of the year, or do you have that coming or no?
I would love to. I've been planning on like maybe coming back with like recent reads or like what I read in the past few months, but I always every year I'm like, this year I'm gonna do, what is that, Christmas, the Vlogmas or whatever it is. I'm like, this year I'm gonna do a video a day in December, and something always happens where I'm not even on YouTube when December comes, and I'm like, great. So
same. Yeah. This is literally so validating for me, because we have Gabby over here who's like so good at like posting like excellent content. So like, what is your, give us advice?
Organized.
Yeah, help us. Help us.
Oh my God. I haven't done Vlogmas in like years.
Really?
It's too much. I'm like, every day, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot of work. And I don't think people really understand that. Like, it's a
lot of work. I haven't tried it in years.
Wow.
But you're so good at like consistently posting honestly, all of the time. And like your content is always so good and together. Like, do you have, if anybody else wanted to be a content creator / us, because like, I mean, I'm just putting me, what is your one piece of advice for consistently getting videos up?
I honestly don't know how to answer that.
I think
I
she
think I'm
just enjoys it. I think
yeah,
that
I do enjoy it. I love everything about the process. I love editing. I love the reading. I love seeing it all come together. And I'm very driven. Like once I have the vision for what I need it to be, it's like I will just get it done, you know? Like I don't
Yeah.
know.
love
But
that. I love that.
I think I do.
I will start so many vlogs. I probably have years worth of vlogs there.
Marcy, we're becoming best friends.
We are besties because Tuesday and Wednesday come and I'm like, I'm done with this shit. I don't even and Lexi, I
Yeah.
am gonna tell you that your content is incredible. I look
Oh, thank
forward to
you.
your fall stuff so much, and your decorating and your
Oh, thank
vibes are just
you.
great.
Yeah, agreed.
Thank you. Man.
Yeah.
You
Honestly, you
shouldn't be
make it
so
look
hard on
effortless.
yourself.
Like
Huh?
you make it look effortless. I don't think it
You
is,
really
but
do.
you make it look effortless.
Oh, thank you. No, there's a lot of effort. There's a lot of effort.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much for that was very kind. You did not have to do all that, but thank you for saying that. And thank you for joining us for this live show. I hope that you've been having a great weekend and I hope you continue to have a great weekend. Thanks for reading along with us this month. I really appreciate it. Oh, before we head out, I just wanted to say Julie Chan is Dead is the December book troop pick. This one's actually going to be a reread for me because it's one of my favorite thrillers that I've read this year, and I'm going to be joined by my sister for the December live show to read this one. And yeah, that is our final book troop pick of 2025. Whoa, how crazy!
Oh man.
But thank you so much to everybody for joining us this afternoon. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and thank you so much to Marcy and Lexi for joining me once again. I always appreciate your company. So thanks. We're gonna head out. Have a good rest of your day.